Some people break world records by growing the longest fingernails, but others, well, they prefer to dance with death. These aren't just records. They are monumental feats of human endurance and courage that push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. But be warned, many of these attempts come with a price, and for some, it's the ultimate one. Today, we're looking at the most dangerous world records ever attempted. First up, imagine standing at the base of a 3,000-foot sheer granite wall. Now, imagine climbing it with nothing but your bare hands and a small bag of chalk. That's exactly what Alex Honnold did in 2017 when he freed Solo El, Capitan in Yosemite National Park. He completed the climb in just under 4 hours, setting a record for the fastest ascent without any ropes, harnesses, or safety gear. The margin for error was literally zero. One misplaced hand, one slippery foothold, and it would have been a fatal fall. It is a feat so mind-boggling that it has been called the moon landing of rock climbing. For Alex, it was years of meticulous planning and practice, memorizing every single move on that gigantic rock face. The mental fortitude required is almost unimaginable. You had to be in a state of absolute focus, where fear simply couldn't exist. This wasn't just a physical challenge. It was a profound psychological battle against the most primal human instinct, the fear of falling. Now, let's go from the highest heights to the deepest waters. How long can you hold your breath? 30 seconds? A minute? The world record for static apnea, or holding your breath underwater without moving, is a staggering 24 minutes and 37 seconds, set by Boumediene Zobat. To achieve this, divers undergo a process called packing, where they force extra air into their lungs. Then they lie face down in the water, entering a meditative state to slow their heart rate and conserve oxygen. But this is incredibly dangerous. The body is pushed into extreme hypoxia, a state of severe oxygen deprivation. Blackouts are common, and without immediate assistance, they can be fatal. The body's natural urge to breathe becomes an overwhelming, painful scream that the diver must mentally suppress. Pushing past this breaking point can cause irreversible brain damage or worse. It's a silent, internal battle against your own biology. Ready for some high-flying action? Let's talk about jumping over things on a motorcycle. The record for jumping over the most cars is a jaw-dropping 21. This record has been attempted by legendary daredevils, each one pushing the limits further. The physics involved are terrifyingly precise. The ramp angle, the takeoff speed, the weight of the bike, even a slight crosswind, every single variable must be perfect. A tiny miscalculation could lead to a catastrophic crash, resulting in life-altering injuries or death. When a rider is soaring through the air, they are essentially a projectile. There's no turning back, no room for adjustment. They have to trust their math, their machine, and their nerve. The impact of landing, even when successful, is brutal on the body. It's a spectacle of controlled chaos, where a split second separates glory from disaster. From horizontal flight to vertical balance, let's look up. Way up. The record for the highest tightrope walk was set by Nick Wallenda, who crossed a 1,400-foot-long wire stretched over a gorge near the Grand Canyon. The wire was 1,500 feet above the river below. That's taller than the Empire State Building. He performed this walk without a tether or safety net. At that altitude, the wind is unpredictable and can gust with incredible force, threatening to throw him off balance. Then there's the psychological terror of vertigo. Looking down from such a height can be disorienting and paralyzing. Every step is a calculated risk, a delicate dance between gravity and sheer willpower. Wallenda uses a long balancing pole to help maintain his center of gravity, but ultimately, his life depends on his focus and the thousands of hours he spent practicing. It's a testament to the power of the human mind to conquer fear. What about speed? Pure, unadulterated speed. The world land speed record is an almost unbelievable 763 miles per hour, set by Andy Green in the Thrust SSC. That's faster than the speed of sound. At that velocity, the car is fighting immense aerodynamic forces. The slightest instability in the vehicle could cause it to lift off the ground, flip, and disintegrate. The driver experiences intense G-forces and must react with superhuman precision. The tires are specially designed to withstand incredible stress, but a blowout will be instantly catastrophic. Even a small pebble on the track could become a deadly projectile. Breaking the sound barrier on land is one of the most complex and dangerous engineering challenges ever undertaken. The team behind it spends years, even decades, designing, building, and testing the vehicle, knowing that their driver's life depends on every single bolt and weld. Let's turn up the heat. Firewalking is an ancient practice, but some have turned it into a competitive endurance challenge. The record for the most firewalks in 1 minute is 23. This involves walking back and forth across a bed of hot coals, typically glowing at around 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. While physics, specifically the Leidenfrost effect, offers some protection, it's not foolproof. The walker must move quickly and lightly to minimize contact time. Hesitate for a moment, and you risk severe third-degree burns to your feet. The pain can be excruciating, and the risk of infection from a burn is very high. It's a trial by fire, quite literally, demanding not only physical toughness, but also an incredible level of mental control to ignore the instinct to flee from the intense heat, from extreme heat to extreme cold. The record for the longest time in full-body contact with ice is just over 3 hours, held by Valentin Romanovsky. To do this, he was submerged in a container filled with ice up to his neck. The human body is not designed to withstand such temperatures. The immediate danger is severe hypothermia, where the body's core temperature drops to life-threatening levels. Frostbite is another major risk, which can lead to permanent tissue damage and amputation. To prepare, record holders undergo intense acclimatization training to teach their bodies to handle the cold. During the attempt, a medical team constantly monitors their vital signs. It's a slow, agonizing test of endurance where the line between pushing your limits and causing permanent harm is dangerously thin. Back to the skies we go. How many times could you jump out of a plane in a single day? The record for the most skydives in 24 hours is an incredible 640, set by Jay Stokes. This required him to complete a jump roughly every 2 minutes. A team of pilots, parachute packers, and ground crew worked in a relentless cycle to make it happen. The primary dangers are fatigue and gear failure. Imagine making a life or death decision when to pull your chute over 600 times while physically and mentally exhausted. One moment of lapsed concentration could be fatal. There's also the risk of a parachute malfunction. While rare, the sheer number of jumps drastically increases the probability of something going wrong. It's a marathon of adrenaline, precision, and sheer stamina. Finally, we return to the depths. The record for the deepest scuba dive is a mind-bending 1,090 feet, set by Amit Gabber. Descending that deep is the easy part. It took him only about 15 minutes. The real danger is the ascent. To avoid fatal decompression sickness, also known as the bends, he had to ascend incredibly slowly, taking almost 14 hours to safely return to the surface. Decompression sickness occurs when dissolved gases, primarily nitrogen, form bubbles in the bloodstream and tissues as pressure decreases. This can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, or death. At such depths, divers also risk nitrogen narcosis, a state of altered consciousness similar to being intoxicated, which can impair judgment and lead to fatal mistakes. It's a journey into a dark, crushing environment where humanity simply doesn't belong. From the top of the world to the bottom of the ocean, these records represent the absolute peak of human daring. They are inspiring, awe-inspiring, and frankly, terrifying. These athletes and daredevils dedicate their lives to chasing these moments, fully aware of the risks. It makes you wonder, what drives someone to push themselves to such extremes? And more importantly, at what cost? Would you ever consider attempting something so dangerous for a place in the history books? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this look at the edge of human capability, be sure to like and subscribe for more.